Hmm. Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Let me start by rapturing some people. Mugu, collect your rapture. World never end. You don't the rapture they go. Someone said you too like attention. Meanwhile, na property in the cell. Collect your rapture. Now, a lot of people say, Daddy Freeze, we don't like you waving your hand. It's not nice. We don't like it. Yes. Unfollow me. Block me. Go and watch other people. Sydney Z Gram. Call him Papa Mugu. Of course, Papa na Mugu. No be so your mama fit carry boyfriend picking can't give him a son. But rapture that no she. So, are we good? All the dingbats are collecting their rapture one by one. But another one don't go. Hello, Ada Blessing. How are you doing, my darling? More raptures coming through. Some are not going to even mention. You just say, it don't log you out. I want some certain a certain level of sense on my platform. No. Don't tell me to leave them. These are the people that insult my viewers. These are the people that report my account and report my viewers' accounts. Anybody on social media that tells you to leave people who are trolling you alone, that person is wicked. You are a wicked person. It means you don't have an understanding of how social media works. They will come. Forget me. I go cost them. If I decide say now you I won't cost today, by the time I'm done with you, sniper go they hungry you to drink. So remove them. I want to have a very sane crowd. Someone said, Daddy Freeze, you have not reached 1 million followers since. Do you know why I've not reached 1 million? The people I've blocked are more than 1 million. People where I don't block past 1 million for Instagram. I don't need 1 million followers. There's nothing 1 million followers is doing for me except that I've finally gotten 1 million followers. I would rather have 300,000 followers that have sense than 1 million followers that don't. So my 900 and something thousand followers will never reach 1 million. Now because I dey cut them steady. Today I don't rapture like 50. Someone said, no go insult, finish the beg. Go. No need to have a conversation with you. The rapture. Block. Finish. It's as simple as that. So, let us get... Someone says it's not possible to have a sane place. Absolutely. But it is possible to weed out as many as possible. Just watch now, I don't reduce. No need for any conversation. They are not distracting me. I'm cleaning my account because I'll have to deal with this later. All right, so let us go to today's topic. We all saw over the video, over the weekend, a video of where Pastor Paul Enenche embarrassed a lady who I believe was called Vera, over her testimony. Now, I don't know Vera from anywhere, neither do I know Paul Enenche from anywhere. Paul Enenche has insulted me before. I believe there's a video out there where he called me a mad dog. But you see, that is not going to make me be biased today. I disagree with Paul Enenche's doctrines. I disagree with his theology, but that does not mean I will not be fair to him in this particular, what is it called, conversation. Let me explain something to you here. Nigeria needs people who will judge honestly. Whether the person they brought to you is your friend or your enemy, the person deserves justice. The person deserves justice. Somebody said, Paul Enenche, they insult people up and down. Don't I insult people up and down? Do I not insult people up and down? Person will look for my trouble, I will cause harm. So I will not judge Paul Enenche for doing what I do. Like I said, I don't believe in his doctrine. I don't believe in his theology. I don't believe in his prayers and all that. But aside that, let us leave all our differences and focus on today's matter. Why do I think I have the right to contribute to this conversation? Because my mother is a professor of law, a provost, former provost of a college of law, and a vice chancellor of a university as of today. My mother has lectured law in Nigeria for 40 years, or 35 years or something. I'll get my facts right. My younger sister also, my mother's last born, is also a lawyer. So I have an idea of what lawyers should look and sound like. And I must say, that lady didn't sound like a lawyer. Someone says she's a graduate in law. She does not sound like somebody who graduated in law. And as a matter of fact, this throws a shadow, or casts a shadow, on the university that gave that lady a law degree. I like to hear from the university. It's not just about printing degrees and all that. Let us look at the products of the university. Let us look at the products of the university. By the way, don't forget my sponsors are buydirectfromusa.com. Anything you need from America delivered directly to your doorstep. Shoes, clothes, watches, jewelry, cars, car parts, car service fluids. I've even ordered a windshield, not a windshield, a side window for my Camaro from the USA, from them. So buydirectfromusa.com. Just put that in your browser and place an order. You can get anything you want from abroad, from America that is, that delivered to your doorstep. So check it out, buydirectfromusa.com. So let us, I'm going to be very fair here. And if you think I'm unfair, it is up to you. I'm going to bring some people up at the end of the day to also contribute in the conversation. I'm only going to be reading messages on YouTube that have super chat, super stickers, or super likes. To buy my super chat, super stickers, or super likes on YouTube, remember, bottom right hand corner, where you type your messages, you will see a rectangle with a $ in the middle. And on Facebook, my account is Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. On Facebook, click on today's video, bottom left hand corner, you will see how to buy my stars. If you have 1,000 stars and above, I would read your comment. Same thing on TikTok. I'm only going to read comments that come from people who buy my money guns. Please forgive me. On Instagram, it is free. I want to concentrate on one medium. So everybody else that's watching, from everybody else, please, that is how we run the channel. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok, and remember to follow my #1 gifter. So let's get back to the topic. So, my humble opinion, How can you go to school for how many years did the girl say she was in school? 8 years or something long. And you don't know what you went to school to go and study. You don't know what you went to school to go and study. You don't know what you have. Is it a BSc or a BA? What do you have? Someone is correcting me that it's 10 years. You see, I don't believe in church testimony. I don't believe in any church testimony. Zero. Whether it's an Enenche church or Redeem, or I don't believe in any church testimony. That's my belief. But you see this particular one, and there's something I'm going to give Enenche inside this matter. I am part of the people that fight the church when the testimony looks somehow. I am part of the people that is trying to bring sanity to the church. Anybody can go to a church and give any kind of testimony. And at the end of the day, it makes the church and the pastor look bad. So for him to even correct her on the stage, oh, he embarrassed her. Maybe he could have gone about it in a better way. But I think we should even appreciate the fact that he was being transparent in this instance. Maybe in other instances he's not, but in this particular instance, he was being transparent. He was like, what do you have? Another person just chopped dust. Forget stage fright. Forget stage fright. How can you not know what you went to school for and you are saying it's stage fright? How can you not know? It's like asking me, Daddy Freeze. You ask me a basic question. Basic. Is the most basic question. What did you study in school? You studied law. So what do you have in law? You say BSc of law. Somebody said Paul Enenche is rude. Yes, I agree he was rude. I agree he was rude. That's why I said maybe he could have corrected her in a better way. But he was rude. Was he wrong? Two things, rude or wrong. I don't think he was wrong. Now, Paul Enenche needs to, should he apologize? I would recommend that he does. Not for correcting her, but for the manner with which he corrected her. Because it does not show the Holy Spirit. Don't worry, I'm guilty too. Today, I will still curse somebody today. Person will still look for my trouble today, and I will still curse the person. So, it is something I'm begging God and the Holy Spirit for. That's why I cannot judge him on being rude. Nobody rude past me. Nobody rude past me. I am rude. It is something I'm begging the Holy Spirit for. It will be hypocritical of me where they cause person mama, person papa. Say make I tell Paul Enenche, at least he no cause her mama, he no cause her papa. So he still never reach where they go. I watched the video. He wasn't. It's the way your father will scold you. Someone say, will I apologize? I will apologize. In this instance, I will apologize. Because when my anger calms down, like I did with the COS matter, when I was angry and raving and ranting, when I saw that my message seemed to attack innocent people who did not have anything to do with the matter on the ground, I had to apologize. So yes, I would apologize. He did not embarrass her. So, what do you think? Hey, everybody come back here. What do people think law is? You think law is a profession where you go in front of a judge and then you start to stammer? Hey, I've seen a judge tongue lash a senior advocate of Nigeria. I've seen a judge tongue lash a son. The son was stammering. Law is not small picking course. Law is not somewhere that you go and they will cross-examine you and you begin to shake. If they cross-examine you, begin to shake. What till your clients go can't do? If you will be lawyer, they ask you question about your degree, you begin shake. How you want to represent somebody? How you want to represent somebody? So, Made Mayo said, in law, even if you are lying, you have to be bold. That's for me, that's my, as in, with stage fright. So you stand in front of your pastor and your pastor jabs you and you begin to shake. So, two things. If she had stage fright, and that's why I also tell people, stop being afraid of your pastor. Your pastor is not your God. It could have been stage fright, quite all right. It could have been stage fright. And he was harsh with her, quite all right. But she does not sound like she knows what she was saying. Right from when she was giving her, I was wondering, you see, in our bid to love the underdog, in our bid to support the young lady who is the first to graduate in her family, let us not be too emotional to the point where we cannot see the facts of the case. The fact of the case is, she is not, or she was not coordinated. Somebody say on top person matter, you saying ring like the 900 people they watch me, the rapture danu. Sonia Gold, Sonia Panda. Say change your name to Sonia Panda. Say another one don't collect now. Sonia Panda. It's stage fright is real. It's not easy. But in this particular instance, you know, I don't support Nigerian pastors. I don't believe in their doctrine. I don't think they know what they are preaching. But in this particular instance, how can you say you studied BSc in law? You have a BSc in law. How? How do you get a BSc in law? Oh, Tiemontoni. You see, in as much as someone said, Pastor, where they preach love, no, they practice love, it is well. All of us are guilty, including me. Do you not see me tongue lash people? Do you not see me tongue lash people? Are the tongue lash people steady? Steady. I can blame Enenche for many things. I cannot blame him for being rude. You see, it takes the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit has not given all of us everything fully. He'll go give you small, give you small, give you small. Go they beg for more. You know, easy. Temper. I get bad temper. I get bad temper. And I understand that it is very difficult to deal with people when you have a bad temper. Now it is the same us that are checking all these pastors' videos. When we sit, imagine Paul Enenche did not correct this girl. All of us will have jumped on the social media and say, hey, pastor don't pay person to come give testimony. Oh. See testimony where person give for Enenche church. Oh. Hey. So that he even tried to even sanitize it a bit. You know they follow all these other pastors. May they bring testimony come. As in fear go catch you. Say person even get mind to submit this as testimony. So a lot of us have been complaining about pastors and churches and lying testimonies. Some people just want to climb pulpits and just shake their hand and say, hey, God did it for me, God did it for me. So here's my take on the lady. Let me not be harsh on her. Let me try to be as realistic as possible. When you study a course, madam, you are a representation not only of your course, but of your university. So when you speak publicly, you cast a light or a shadow on your institution of higher learning. That lady, in my humble opinion, and I retain this as my opinion, did not sound like somebody who went through the four walls of a higher institution, in my opinion, especially if she studied law. Law is a lawyer is considered a learned fellow. I want to ask you today, did that lady sound learned? Let's be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. It's an opinion. Did that lady sound learned? If you've ever been to court before, lawyers greet themselves. Hey, my learned fellow, my learned friend over here. A lawyer is learned. Please, Sarah Sani is a lawyer. Mary Yoon is a lawyer. Did she sound learned? I'm not saying she's not learned, but did she sound it? Someone said you saw her graduation picture. It still cast a light on her degree. Some people stammer, some people stutter, some people do not have a good command of the English language. Some people have what you call mother tongue interference. Some people will speak English with heavy Igbo accent or heavy Yoruba accent. You will see a Hausa man speaking English and saying the feeful. But you see, if you go beyond the mother tongue interference, if you go beyond the grammar, let us look at the content and context of what she was saying. It sounded off. Even I was worried. Even I was worried. I was like, okay. Now, one thing that would work against the pastor is, oh, are you not supposed to have spiritual discernment to be able to tell if she was telling the truth or telling a lie? And that brings us back to the fact that I always say the world is more physical than spiritual. Physically, he was able to decipher that this woman is not being entirely honest about what she was talking about. Maybe he could have corrected her in love, but we all know that Enenche is like Daddy Freeze. He get bad temper. We all know. Somebody say, I beg, who English help for Nigeria? English go put you for trouble if you be loyal. English go put you for trouble. English help loyal. Do you want to go and defend your client in Yoruba or Pidgin? As in, people where they type who English help, inside lawyer matter. It's like you have never been to court before. Or you want to use Yoruba to draft a contract for your client. As in, do you people think? Do you think? Do you sit down 2 minutes a day to think? How can you say English might not matter if you are studying a Greek or computer science? I'm like Imo, I have that temper problem. I have it. You know, Sabio, you know, say I get temper problem. So my problem is if she had studied any other course, she might have gotten away with it and will say, oh, it's stage fright. My problem is she didn't, to me, I don't know how lawyers sound, but I gave the example of the fact that my mother is a professor of law and my younger sister is a lawyer. And I've been to court several times and I've seen the way lawyers talk in court. I've seen one thing lawyers have is confidence. Someone said it's not even as rude as me. Okay, thank you very much, people, for rubbing it in. Someone says I have many lawyers who can't speak correct English, but they will be confident. So like I said, this is my take. This is my take. I may be wrong. Does Paul Enenche owe her an apology? He was harsh on her, so I'll suggest that he tenders an apology. If I went like that and it came public, I'll probably apologize to, yes, we're all entitled to have our moments of anger. But you all agree with me that the lady's testimony sounded somehow. If he had not spoken out, we for tackle him. My thoughts. My thoughts. Someone said not to sue him. Sue him, say, wait, you think it's everything you can carry to court? Sue him that they asked you in public, in front of everybody, that what did you study? You said you had a BSc in law. How do you sue? As in how? Sue him that what? He could even sue her. But you see, she has her. So nobody can sue anybody can sue anybody. I understand. Anybody can always sue anybody. But in this particular matter, a testimony that looked false, but I think he should give her an apology. I honestly think he should give her an apology. I honestly think he should. Made my you said I did sue her. The woman made it hard to believe. I agree. Someone said that if this lady just graduated, she was in front of a crowd of any question, but not what did you go to that school for 6 years to do and you don't know what you have. Make una know the defense something when not makes a person that say get BSc for law and that one has stage fright. Please leave it. Leave it. You don't know what you get. You know, look your results. Did they write them now? Shay Jack said that woman is a lawyer. That's why he nearly go prison. Jokes aside. So let me bring in a few people. What I shared was my opinion, and I believe I'm entitled to it. I may be wrong. I keep saying this. I may be wrong. So I'm leaving error for margin or margin for error. How did they take Tokam? Me, as you see me, I get BSc for rapture. If you talk anyhow, you collect your rapture. So let me bring other people on. A lot of them might disagree with me. Hey, my internet no one allow me bring people. Oh. Let me try and bring people directly. If not, I'll just have to log out and come back again. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Please, if you want to join the conversation, just say add me. I can't, don't request. The request is not working. Somebody said, listen to this. Somebody said, if pastor no go against the testimony, people go still talk, say that testimony na fake testimony if they hear them later. 100%. Someone like me, if I heard that testimony, I go to drag them to now. Say, hey, they gave fake testimony. So I'm even happy that the pastor could come forward and correct the notion. CEO Emi Da Vinci. Let me try and bring you. CE. If it's not working, I'll start the live afresh. Uh-huh. Okay, so I've sent you a request. If it doesn't work, I'll have to end the live and come right back so more people. Okay, so let me start the live video afresh and then be able to bring people to share their opinions. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, pop my money guns, TikTok people. We'll be back on Instagram in a moment. Guys, don't go anywhere. So, guys, be patient. We're coming back right now. All right, so let's go. We're going back live right now, and I'm going to be able to bring people up. Guys, forgive me. Instagram is a bit wild right now. Okay, so we're back on Instagram. Okay, so for those of you who watched the previous video, my thoughts were, yes, Paul Enenche was a bit hard on the lady. I wouldn't even say a bit, was rather hard on the lady. But the lady in question did not represent the course or the university she graduated from well. She didn't sound like she knew what she was talking about to me. Yes, we could attribute that to stage fright. Yes. But how can you not know what you got from it? It makes no sense. How can you not know that you have an LLB? It's like me going to buy a car and they ask me which car did I buy, and I say I bought a Range Rover, and they ask me, is it autobiography? And I say, I don't know, I just bought a Range Rover. It sounds funny because autobiography is 20 million naira extra or 30 million naira extra. You understand what I'm talking about? So I'm rapturing the dingbats. Be patient. So my question is, what is your take? What is your? A lot of people are saying the pastor should not have been so harsh. I'm also struggling with temper issues. I know I have temper issues, so I cannot judge somebody else on that. And we are the first set of people to quarrel with these pastors when they don't caution the kind of testimonies that they bring onto their pulpit. I swear to God, I almost posted the video. I was like, I like what this pastor was doing, until I realized that he was a bit harsh. Enenche does not like me. We are not friends. I don't know him from anywhere. He has insulted me before in the past, but that does not mean I should be unfair. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Yes, he was harsh. And also, yes, that lady did not sound like she knew what she was talking about. Hello, my sister. Go ahead.
Hi, Daddy Freeze.
Hi, how are you doing? Go ahead.
I don't think you recognize me, but that's fine. My name is Angel. I called you from UK. So, I don't totally agree with you. Okay. And I was scared of coming up, so you don't rapture me.
No. Go ahead, go ahead. Today is opinion. Is your opinion.
Okay, so the lady not being able to represent herself, Daddy Freeze, I don't think it should be anybody's problem or anybody's. I don't think Enenche paid her school fee.
No, I put it there.
Yeah. So, for instance, I went to school as a young lady. I didn't go to school at an old age, yeah? So it was my parents that paid my fees. It was my parents that saw me through school. And if I graduate and I don't defend what I went to school for, my parents should be the one hurt. My parents should be the one sad that they wasted their money on me, so to say. So I don't know. From my testimony, I want to thank Daddy and Mommy for their support. So I don't know the kind of support it was, as the case may be. So I don't know if they paid her fees. But even if they did, even if they paid her fees, like I totally think that was too much. There is nothing anybody wants to tell me. Like when I watched that video, I was angry. I totally think that was much. And I know that would be because we human beings, we now see pastors as God. That might be the reason that happened. In the sense that, thank you. In the sense that, because I don't think even where I work in the UK, I don't even think a boss can talk to me like that. But we see pastors as God. That's the reason they do most things and get away with it. I don't think what he did, that the fees was anywhere. I mean, she didn't represent her school, she didn't represent her studies. That's her business. Probably she was the one that wasted her money. I mean, that's up to her. It shouldn't be anybody's business to come in public. That crowd, if I'm doing my calculations right, that crowd is not less than 5,000. That lady has forever lost her self-esteem. That lady, in fact, he has spied everything about her confidence and all that. And it doesn't make sense. I mean, just like me now, I've got 3 kids. I want to correct my son. My son did not go, my son is not doing something right, and I'm coming in front of his friends to finish him up like that emotionally. Here in the UK, they are very big on mental health. That man has finished that woman's mental health. I'm sure between yesterday and today, honestly, I don't know what will be going through her mind. So I don't think that pastor did well, to be honest. He owes her not just an apology, but a compensation. Yes, a compensation. Since she did not read law well, Daddy Freeze, he should give her money to open a business and be selling okrika. Shebi, he said this is me. This is
why has the statement all of a sudden become a transactional statement?
What do you mean by transactional statement?
World Famous Academy.
That he should be compensated.
Yeah. If you think that, think of my words. No. Ikechuku, think of my words. I said, if you think she wasted her school fees. Okay, so she needs to be in a wet market. Oh yeah, give her money to start a business.
I would like to appreciate you from the point of that I understand the angle that you're looking at it from. But in the event that the angle that you are looking at it from is not the right angle, and it actually turns out that she actually didn't go to school, and she was only up there lying,
No,
then what?
I didn't say, of course,
No, I'm asking. It's a question I'm asking. It's a question that I'm asking.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just asking. So in the event that I said I understand the angle that you're coming from, I can understand that take. But in the event that that angle that you are looking at it from is not the actuality, is
network.
Oh, network. Anyway, here's my angle to you. Is, if somebody uses your platform, whether you like it or not, this social media and my own platform, that church na Enenche platform. If somebody comes to use your platform in such a way that it casts a shadow on the trustworthiness, the reliability, and the integrity of your platform, you have a right to question. Now, did he question? Hold on. Did he question in a right way? He was harsh. We agree. But to be honest, the lady did not defend herself well.
That's up to her.
No, she's on his platform.
On his platform. Okay. Look at what I would have preferred. You know, after testimonies, most times pastors get up the stage and still make comments about the testimonies. Now, Pastor Paul Enenche would have come up stage.
Hold on, you don't know how internet works. You don't have a clue how that one. I will argue with you. I was on a live. Wait, let me bring back this COS matter. I was on a live. I raved and ranted for 2 minutes. By the time the live ended, I already apologized inside the live. Oh. The blogs will not see that apology. They will just carry that place where you are raving and ranting. If he had not addressed it immediately. No. Now, let me now tell you the funny thing. Somebody made a comment on my COS matter on Twitter. He said, the way the apology can never trend as well as the main matter. So most people would see that the freeze as somebody that wants to deport people from, they will not see the apology. Same thing with this particular pastor. I'm not his fan, I'm not his supporter, I'm not his church member. We know they see eye to eye. But I understand that that lady sounded like she could destabilize his integrity. And me, I'm among the people that are always fighting pastor for nonsense testimony. So if he himself got up and said, what kind of testimony is this? Now he was harsh. Let me tell you something. When you work with Nigerians, if you are not harsh, you will run mad. Nigerians are not you. You see, my problem is all of you in America and UK and Dubai, you think you can use Dubai. Baba, you don't know what we go through in Nigeria working with people.
Daddy Freeze, about his integrity. Like you have said before, we hear worse testimonies. We hear worse. Now, this is a testimony of somebody saying, I went to school, I graduated. Yes, Daddy Freeze, I agree with you. She didn't sound learned, 100%. But somebody was somebody wrote the comments. Oh.
Ikechuku, your network is very bad.
Somebody wrote a comment.
You say my network is bad?
Yeah,
now we can hear you.
Cracking.
No, I said, but she didn't even know what she graduated with.
But that was that
me and Ikechuku, we are not a fan of pastors.
But was that not after Daddy Freeze, after Paul Enenche asked her what she studied? That was after now, was it not?
As in, I'm not asking what your mother studied.
I'm sorry. They were not asking what somebody else
Thank you.
Yes.
They asked her what she claimed that she studied. What she got a degree
but
in.
You agree with me that the Freeze mentioned that stage fright can cause that?
Is that what he said?
Daddy Freeze said that, yes. But it's true.
Stage fright can cause stage. No, wait.
I know people that inside. I know people that are writing exam inside an exam hall, and they will be asking their neighbor, "Can you spell ISEs? Can you spell ISEs? Can you spell ISEs?" Tension can do anything. Let's not change that fact now. Tension can do anything. People do it in an exam hall. Please spell HEE for me. Spell HE. He's spelling it and he's asking. Tension can do that. So that is even possible.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay.
Honestly, that was overboard. Honestly, for me, Daddy Freeze, that was overboard.
When it's a business that you have worked for and you have established a certain amount of trust with your community, that you're in a certain standard, and then someone comes and maliciously attempts to tarnish your standard, you will jump in almost a similar manner. I mean, possibly some people can look at it and say it was harsh, and then on the other hand, some people will look at it and say it was just and right. It was instant karma. Some people will call it instant karma. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, everybody's allowed to have their opinion, you know?
No, I think he went too far, to be honest. He went too far.
Simply Vic with the dreads.
He went too far.
When did this one start?
I'm just playing, Jai. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, what is your take?
I think, personally, you and I, where we stand when it comes to
exactly
men of God.
Update. My single is out. The breeze is breezing everywhere. I think it was even the breeze that carried our brain to North Galilee. Do you understand? Our brain was in North Galilee, while our body was in.
Follow Kills. Download his single. Where can we download your single?
Is it on all platforms? Is it on all platforms?
It's on every platform in the world. Any platform you are looking for it, you find it there. Just breathe in and breathe out and breathe back in again. In the breeze.
Hands on. What I was trying to say, I am not a fan of any pastor in Nigeria. I will say that everybody knows that, so it's not a secret. So I'm not here to defend the pastor.
Yo, I read one comment. Someone said, "What if that whole thing was staged?"
No, it's not. But I can't rule out anything when it comes to anything coming out from the pulpit. I will never rule it out because we have seen precedents. Anyway, back to the matter. I think the pastor did not go hard enough, in my humble opinion.
No, I think he went hard. But let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Video I watched.
Let's hear you.
This is the same video I watched.
Let's hear you.
When the was live, I had to go and watch that video so that I can be able to say what I want to say and defend it.
My sister, let's break it down now. Let's break it down. I understand what you're saying. I get where you're coming from in terms of stage fright. See, I studied psychology, first degree. I've seen where people are in the exam hall, they are brilliant, but their brain will just lock. In psychology, it's called aha knowledge. When you now finish the exam, that's when you now remember the answer. You're like, oh my God, it does happen. Do you know, I will give it to the pastor. Even the pastor actually tried to help her by saying, in medicine is MBBS. So there was no doubt what the question he was asking. It was specific. There is no way a law graduate, first degree, will have a BSc. No matter how bad the uni is, no matter how low the standard of education is. Let's say it's the worst school in Nigeria. Let's say it's the worst uni in a village. There is no way a law degree holder or somebody with a first degree in law will have a BSc. Even with the name BSc does not stand anything like law. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Kills. I think Kills is his network is just is not really good. So
your network. Oh.
I can understand the stage fright in the beginning. Why she was excited. Anxiety was setting. She was all over the place. I'm not ruling out her testimony. Yeah, she could be saying the truth in terms of her okay, we found out now that she actually graduated. But where I'm coming from for the fact that she did not represent herself well. She did not represent our uni well. She did not represent our colleagues well. She did not represent our alma mater generally well. Yes, everybody has trials and tribulations. You go on the pulpit, you want to shout to the rooftop so that everybody knows you have grinded, you have had a lot of obstacles to get to where you got to. But there is that those kind of mess up is unforgivable. Like it makes no sense. Bro, did you hear what I said?
I understand you perfectly.
Yeah, so that is not an error. It's not. She didn't make a mistake. I don't know if you're going to score her. You can't give her F9. F9 is not good enough. I can understand because maybe she's from where she's from. See, I know people that are mathematicians. They are geniuses. But when they speak to you, you would think they never went to the university. Once you have missed nursery school in terms of grammar and English speaking, once you have missed it in nursery, in primary, and maybe secondary, it's very hard to be fluent in English and all that. I get all that. That's not the contention here. University is not a place that teaches you how to speak better English or fluent in grammar or that. It just teaches you it narrows your path. When you go by Nigerian degrees anyway, if you want to study law, you study law. If you want to study maths, you study maths. So you are narrow. So yeah, the lady can actually be a very good writer.
Mm-hmm.
I know people like that. They write very well. But when they open their mouth, you be like, I had a teacher. I was a lesson teacher. I was teaching me economics in secondary school. This man was so good in economics. He actually made me like the course. But when he opens his mouth, this man will be talking to me singular. He'll be putting an S. Future. This man will say futures. When his accent, I swear, then it was funny to us. But this man was brilliant. He knew the economics course. But he can't get away from the fact that he will say ceteris paribus to the nearest futures. Things that are singular, he will put an S. Things like that. But we had to overlook that and get what we wanted from him. People are different. Kanu Nwankwo, the footballer, he has played for Arsenal, he has played for everywhere. He still has his Igbo accent. Do you get what I mean? So we are not talking about his accent. We are not running the lady down here. But there are some things that they don't add up. Yes, she could actually be a graduate.
You know that somebody would have been. Pastor Paul Enenche wouldn't have done that.
We are not there. We cannot judge on behalf of anybody.
I can also agree with you that as a clergy, as a man of God, he could have shown a little bit of empathy and maybe
love. Isn't that what they preach?
Maybe get on the pulpit and just say, well, congratulations, my dear, on your degree.
Come on.
Whereas you don't get a BSc, then explain. See, I understand that.
All right, hold on. I've got a lawyer here. Who has a PhD in law. Her name is Sarah Sani. So, Sarah, I want to hear your opinion.
Okay, thank you, Daddy Freeze. Just to put things in quick perspective, once you graduate from your first degree, once you graduate from the uni, you get a bachelor's of law, which is also known as the LLB. Bachelor's of Law is an abbreviation for LLB. LLB is a Latin maxim, Lengomba Kusum. I don't know how to pronounce it. So, back to the issue at hand. When you graduate with an LLB or a Bachelor's of Law in full, you are not yet a lawyer. You're a law graduate.
Yeah.
And you'll be expected to go to law school. After you've concluded your law school, you'll now be issued with your call to bar certificate, which makes you a barrister at law. Then you can be a lawyer and practice law. Now, let's come back to this issue about the lady. Personally speaking, I have my own reservation as to how the pastor reacted. First and foremost, she's a fresh graduate. I mean fresh. She's expected to know the degree she graduated with. Mm-hmm. She knows she's a graduate. And let's not forget, let's understand the system we are in now. She graduated from National Open University, if I'm not mistaken. And she was the standard that is expected of a law graduate, at least, let's start with her level as a law graduate, is the minimum that she should at least be able to qualify her certificate that she graduated with. She was unable to, for whatever reason. But I want to give her a benefit of doubt. From the perspective of the fact that she's fresh, It's not an excuse anyway, but it's not a basis for the reaction that came, if you ask me. Now, if she's a practicing lawyer or she's already in law school, there's a reason why you go to law school. There's a reason why even after your first degree, you need to go to law school. Confidence, you need to build your confidence. There are standards expected of a lawyer. No doubt, I agree with you all on that. But this standard, this confidence that is expected of her, we should not doubt the fact that she could have her own personal behavioral deficiency, such as anxiety, stage fright. Now, let me give an example. I have a friend that graduated with a first class. She graduated with a first class. There were two of them, and they had an opportunity for an international scholarship. Now, they had to pick one person. I know she's very brilliant, but guess what? She can't speak in public. So they subjected them to conduct a research and make a presentation on that research, both of them. Obviously, you know what happened. The other lady took the prize because my friend could not speak in public. She could not express herself. But her write-up was excellent. It was amazing. Now, that does not mean we are trying to connect her lack of proper response to being dull, to being a dullard. She might not be a dullard.
Nobody is making that connection.
Okay, let's take that out. But the fact that she could not recall or immediately give the response that is expected of her on stage does not mean that she should get that reaction. Now, the reaction from the pastor, now I want to address that. Now, Pastor Enenche, when it comes to emotional intelligence and emotional control,
I wrote a paper on that, emotional intelligence.
Even the highest of the highest can sway, can get swayed.
Most of them don't have it.
Yes, your emotions can take the better part of you, irrespective of your position and your standard. It's something you need to be intentional about. I read somewhere that there's been an allegation on the church that they give some kind of false testimonies and forged testimonies and all that.
That would be all churches in Nigeria then.
Yes, I read somewhere about his own that probably that was what instigated his reaction. Like he's already on the edge. And like, okay, I need to clear my name for any form of maybe suspicion that could come out of this. But if you ask me, there's a better way he would have done it. The approach he took was in all forms not right. I'm not blaming him absolutely, but I feel since he has reacted that way, he should just tender an apology to her.
Can I interject quickly? Based on what you just said last, is it also possible that allegedly it could be staged so that they can purge themselves of that allegation? Allegedly.
Okay.
Let me say something here.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. But this particular one, there is too much at stake. This woman is a lawyer, is going to make her look silly. This is going, if they want to stage miracle or not be this kind of thing that they use. Do you understand? There's too much to lose for everybody.
People go the highest of the highest for clout to correct anything.
People do silly things for this.
We can't we can't give
Sarah,
a uniform
the case that happened before is a
we
totally
cannot conclude. It's possible.
About the little boy. The case that happened before, about the little boy that came and said he had kidney failure and that he came to church. Daddy prayed for me. I got my healing. That was the case that happened before. Then the doctor in charge of the national hospital came and said, we did not see such case.
No, those are different cases.
Now hold on.
Yes, that's
hold on. I want to talk. Everybody quiet. I want to talk. Thank you. I know we're going to keep arguing back and forth and we're not going to get anywhere. That's why I want to come and say something. If you have ever run a church before, I'm not speaking for them. I don't believe in their doctrines, their theology, their ideology. I don't. But one thing is, whether you like it or not, they are running numbers. Ordinary free nation will be off online church. Are they run mad? If I go some people have sent me messages since March that the freeze, I want to join the prayer group. One lady sent me prayer group request since October. She now made a comment on my post, and I wanted to inbox her directly about the comment. I now saw the request she made since October. Yes, churches, I don't believe in the Pentecostal doctrine at all. And I know they stage a lot of stuff. But have you ever given it the thought that maybe the pastor does not really follow up the testimonies or is not really aware? Yes, I know some people have wheelchair that they give people to come and say that they were healed. Yes. But you see, that particular story with the little boy, what if he threw the whole church in, the integrity of the church was rolled under the bus? And then the pastor was, you see, make I tell you something. They say person with snake don't bite before. If you see millipede, he go run.
So you can still do it in a decent manner.
Now, I understand, but who is to judge somebody else's temper? I say this all the time. Hold on and listen to me. I want you guys to hear it out. Somebody asked me, Daddy Freeze, if you got home and you saw a man on top of your wife, what would you do? And I answered with two words: it depends. The most temperamental of men, coming home from a good day at work, everything in his life seems to be working, comes home to meet that, might be calm. And the most timid of men, whether he's coming home from where they don't dupe him, they're about to deport him, then he comes home, he loses it and brings out a knife. You can never tell how somebody is going to react because you have not walked a mile in their shoes. I can come and tell you that the gospel that he's preaching is wrong, but how he will react, I don't. Sometimes I'll come, and because I'm calm that day, I've had a good day, sometimes I come and I don't even curse the person. I don't rapture straight. There are some days I will carry you, I will use you to do donkey of the day. I will curse you, curse your mother, curse your mother's boyfriend, curse your father, curse everybody that has ever been with your mother before. Curse till I'm happy. Then I will now block you. So coming from, you don't know what they fought inside the church about that or that testimony.
No doubt.
You don't know what it could have caused. You don't know whether some pastors were even sacked.
That's why he has a window to remedy it now.
So now his window to remedy it, always remember that he's a temperamental person like Daddy Freeze.
Yeah, but you cool down after the temper. You were temperamental. You reacted,
go that state, collect
but
the mic
you
from the
calm down as well. After you have been temperamental, DF, you also do calm down.
Now, yes.
There's always that time for the provocation to release.
Let us use this as a medium.
Ego plays a part.
We'll come to ego later. We'll come to ego later. Let
us use this as a medium to reach out to Paul Enenche and say, Paul Enenche, for the sake of everybody who listens to you, apologize to the woman. Does he owe her 50 kobo? No. He does not owe her. He does not owe her.
Wait. Also for the sake of those that will come later to give genuine testimony. Because now, me, personally, if I sit down on the pulpit, I will not climb that pulpit again. God bless you.
Never. Yeah. Never. If you ask me what he has done,
I want to share it. I would never. So sometimes when you make a lot of people because of your actions. And don't forget, it's apart from being a pastor and a shepherd, it should also be a leader.
A father.
Yes, you can lead in different ways. So I get all that, okay? There's two wrongs can never make it right. The lady mess up big time.
Amidst everything, after everything being said and done, he reacted. He probably had reasons why he reacted, like DF has mentioned, previous incidents, reputation, his emotions, everything. No doubt. Let's say we are not blaming him for that, for how he reacted. But after the reaction, if you have a reflection on the implications of your reaction, after much reflection, you should be able to if you're truly somebody that is held high in such position, let's even forget that you're a religious leader. Even if you're a leader, in the sense of being a leader, is the ability to be accountable.
Yeah,
to take accountability. Yeah. It's not like you're infallible. Nobody is infallible. We all fall short at some time. We all fall short one point or the other, intentionally or unintentionally. So you are infallible. You are not infallible. So therefore, you should have the ability to apologize, to reflect on what you have done, based on what people will tell you and based on what will come from within as well.
And don't forget, he did not say...
Can I call you barrister?
He did not say
yes,
woman.
Please, I am.
Yes, please,
Barrister. Dr. Sani.
Somebody asked a question.
Dr.
Sarah.
Dr. Sarah. Simply, Vic, let me correct you. Dr. Sarah.
He's also a doctor. She's also a barrister.
She has her PhD in law. Dr. Sarah.
Okay, so doctor, somebody asked a valid question.
Yes, please.
Why did the pastor ask for the degree, like the acronym? Was that even necessary?
Okay, let me tell you why he would have asked. We've mentioned it here. Take note, there is a previous incident that's happened that's created a question mark or a dent on the reputation of the church. So he's already on the edge. He has seen from her tone, from the way she's talking, she's not confident. For lack of a better word, she sounds a bit unrefined.
Timid.
So it seems as, this thing could picture an image of a forged or a fabricated setup. So he needed to clear the air. He was coming from somewhere. So that's why he asked.
Okay, we'll give him that benefit of the doubt. But
that's why he asked.
Well,
I don't.
At that moment,
and don't forget he didn't say. Sorry, simply. Don't forget he did not say. I don't think you're a lawyer, or I don't agree you're a lawyer. He said that testimony is a lie.
No, there are two ways. There are several. That's an. So what's the meaning of the testimony is a lie?
The testimony means that she never went to. It
also means you're not a lawyer.
It means she didn't graduate.
You're saying the same thing in different ways.
You're coming here to lie to us. Your degree is false. Probably you picked it up.
It's all you want.
It means the law.
It's all you want. It all means the same thing.
So that's not fair.
That one is even worse because the idea of the lady coming on the pulpit in the first place is to give a testimony that she graduated.
Yeah, and even though she was not quite eloquent.
The point she said she's the first graduate in her home. Come on, where's the place of compassion?
But
there are lots of first graduates. People need to do better. My dear,
also bear in mind.
The lady needs to do better. Let's call it spade a spade.
100%. But you know, a lot of people don't know.
Doctor. The same way a lot of graduates need to do better. The same way a lot of Nigerian graduates need to do better. It's not only her. It's just because she came up. Just because she came up and she was overwhelmed. She was excited. She was happy. You know, being the first graduate from your family, it's a whole lot. So it's not only her. The same way not just the graduates, a lot of universities need to do better. 100%. A lot of lecturers.
Somebody wrote a comment here. Let's not forget she went to school in Nigeria.
Even if she went to school in Nigeria. The standard,
my children went to school in Nigeria. Hello. Sorry, I need to attack that.
Don't go there. You are looking for trouble. We all went to school in Nigeria.
Thank you. I have never, as you are seeing me like this, I have never schooled outside Nigeria before, not even for a day.
Some people pass through the school and school did not pass through some people.
It's still an individual thing. There are people that still went to school with you, and from the day they entered, they already made up their mind they are going to buy their way through. It's an individual thing. There's really no. I like to avoid extremism when it comes to discussion, absolutism, being absolute with certain things. I went to school with some of my friends, with some people. I could have studied my way through, and there are some people that are ready to buy their way through. And
we know.
And of course, it takes two to tango. So definitely, there are instructors or lecturers that are ready to help you or cooperate with you to see your way through. So graduating is not about just having your degree. It's about defending it. It's how you can defend what you have. So it's an eye for everybody at different
levels. Another thing we haven't still talked about, though, let's look at it now from the. I know we've talked about what the pastor should have done better or I should have handled it, and why the lady goofed, blah blah blah. But the aftermath of what the pastor said on the lady now when she gets home, you know what's going to happen to her mental health, her state of mind.
That's what I said.
On the premise that she actually graduated, yes, she made a mistake. She goofed big time. What's now going to happen to her faith in the faith in the religion? For some people, because of this, they might not enter any church again in their life. It's not impossible. Because of this, some people will not speak to any pastor again or even have any relationship. Because
you see all these factors you have mentioned. You see all these factors that you have enumerated now is what should inform the pastor's decision to just come.
I agree with you. But the pastor too did not toe that line.
Sorry?
The pastor did not. The leader did. Let's stop using by. The leader told that line, but he didn't. So yeah, we'll give him.
It doesn't mean he doesn't have time to. He still have time.
I hope he does, though, but I doubt it. I'm not going to hold my breath on it.
I believe he would. I believe he would.
We are waiting. He's not on social media.
I want to talk.
Please talk. Please,
a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you call yourself a let's address this. Who English help?"
Those ones are damn daft.
No. I want us to address that. Let us start first of all with some particular courses require the English language.
To function, yeah.
You require the English language. Law is number one.
Everything. I think
you cannot write a contract in pidgin. You cannot write a contract even in bad English, because in law, every word on its own can create a context.
Several contexts.
Working with and working for are two different things. The word with and for has changed the context.
And but are two different things. But and hand. They are two different things. You could connote different things.
And that is what we saw at the election tribunal over I think Abuja, interpreting a legal phrase. So you cannot say who English help in law. That to me was why I felt the lady dropped the ball. You are everything you say. When they come and meet you, police arrest you now, they say anything you say can and will be used against you. Just the way you frame your sentence, then you now do not know what you went to study in school.
Is it not better to be quiet?
But you see, she has gone to give testimony, so she cannot be quiet. Instagram has logged out, so we're coming back on another phone this time. I'm so sorry, guys. We're coming back. Another phone. The battery don't die now. Abi, don't buy. Oh, sugar. So we're coming back up now. I'm so sorry, guys. Please bear with me. Cancel. I'm trying to load the topic. Okay, so we're going live again. We're continuing. Mhm. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, pop my money guns, support the channel. Somebody sent me a message with super chats on YouTube. Super chats, Kelechi Godwin. Thank you very much, Kelechi Godwin. I'm only reading messages that have super chat, super stickers, and super likes. So I'm going to bring another set of people. I'm going to bring another set of people. Let's have other people's opinions. Sabio, are you still here? Let me try and see if I can invite Sabio. Sabio. Okay, I've invited Sabio. Let's have a fresh set of perspectives. If you're interested in coming live, please send a request. Okay, so we're bringing more people to share their experiences. If you want to send any message on YouTube, remember super chat, super stickers, and super likes. Sound.
Hello, dear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, my brother.
Hello, Darishis. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Can I? Yeah, I can hear you. No.
Brother, can you hear me?
Quickly?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, so go ahead.
Let me quickly drop something so that I can just leave because I'm here in my office, so I don't want to do this. My question is this, my brother. I get your point. I know you are trying to face things the way they are, honestly, and all that. But here's the thing. Anytime something happens, you must also look at the antecedent and character of the person, regardless. To be honest, I have not seen the testimony, neither have I listened to it or what Paul did, okay? But my contribution to this matter is this. Paul Enenche, you might see this video, you want to go to court or whatever. I personally, on me, this is on me. His antecedent is that he's been somebody that is very rude. He has demonstrated it in the past, different occasions. He has continued to demonstrate that he's a respecter of nobody. And this is the kind of character and attitude that most, I say again, most, not all, most pastors exhibit. Okay? So I've been listening to the contribution here by the lady who they said was a lawyer or is a lawyer or she's not a lawyer and all that. My thing is this. Whatever must have happened in that society, people don't respect people's opinion and their rights. You don't have right to attack somebody regardless and tell them that their degree is this or is that. Everybody has different level of assimilation, different way they can address things, depending on who they are talking to. Okay? So, therefore, I'm asking for a note. If your own spiritual father came out and made something a useless sentence, will you have the courage and confidence to attack that person? You are not going to do it. Is it not the same pastors that we know that to them, anything that does not even make sense, they will tell you is you won't understand because you have physical understanding. can accept anything. But because this was coming from somebody who is a nobody, I don't know the person, but I'm presuming that the person is a nobody. When I mean nobody in terms of popularity or in the spiritual, whatever they belong to, then you have the temerity to insult her. Was it not one pastor that slapped somebody in front of his church? Was it not a pastor that did that? Will he try it here in the United States and not go to jail for that action? Somebody should tell me. Will he try it? So my call is on this one, not just on Paul. Paul, as well as all you pastors in that country, there are a lot of ways you abuse people's rights and privileges, and you just go scot-free. It's because you're in Nigeria. Let me warn all of you, including Paul. This rudeness, this nonsense character, you people claim to be Christian, but you don't have compassion. Let us even play the fifth and say, yes, what she did was wrong, or she did not represent us cool well. Is that a way to correct somebody?
Hello, my brother. Please, can I interject you a little bit? You see, I would say you didn't watch the videos. You're just talking based on probably personal experience.
I'm not saying, don't say you say. I already told you that I did not. And I'm telling you that I'm even pleading the plea. Listen, please, sir, let me finish. I'm even telling you that even if I did not, I'm not here to justify the girl that whatever she did or whatever was right. I'm telling you that as a pastor, there is a way to correct somebody. If you go to your church and somebody did something wrong in public like that, you take the mic, let the person go and sit down, and there are things you say. You don't try. For Enenche that is talking, is he not a doctor? Has he worked anywhere with his medical degree? What nonsense. Nigerians are behaving like the kind of people that they want to claim that they are good. Paul himself is a medical doctor. He has not conducted one surgery in his life. And you have the nerve to be insulting somebody says a certificate. Such an ungrateful human being. Then you are telling me I didn't watch the video. Am I here to analyze any stupid video? What are you saying, my brother? Please.
Calm down, Sabio.
I gotta go, please. I'm here in the office.
Calm down. At the end of the day, you see, at the end of the day, we're all trying to make sense of this, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. I might not agree with your opinion, but this is not, I'm not teaching today, I'm having a conversation. And I'm one of the best people to do this because I am not a friend of Enenche. I'm not his church member. He has criticized me in the past. So I'm going to be extremely objective. If that lady was, in my opinion, had another discipline, for instance, if she was an accountant or a marketer or an architect, I will forgive her. But law is the kind of career where you're going to either represent someone in court or represent someone in the capacity of a company lawyer, or you're going to give someone advice. I feel she did not project herself as someone who went to the university to study law. That was my take on it. Was Enenche harsh? Yes, he was harsh. But remember that we are the same people that challenge these people and say, you people are bringing fake testimony. Remember, we are the same people that will so in as much, I like challenging people. I love the fact that right now the church is actually accountable to the people. The way pastors used to go around those days like they were gods, like they could fly, that year has ended. But at the same time, we also have to be careful not to bully these same people online by our words and actions. Yes, he was harsh on her, but could that harshness be coming from a lot of lies that people have told on the pulpit and have taken away the integrity from the pulpit. Someone said not everybody practices what they study, but you are giving a testimony on what you studied. If the lady had come 1 year later and said, I studied law in the university, but now I'm selling fish, and from this fish that I'm selling, I've built a house in Banana Island, the testimony is now no longer about the degree.
Sure.
You are giving a testimony about a degree you cannot represent. You are giving. Go ahead, brother.
You see, when I watched that testimony, when she started talking, and when she mentioned that she finished law, I'm a graduate of law.
Thank you.
I have a PhD through international criminal law. I did a bachelor degree in international law. I did a master's international law and litigation. So when I listened to her, that testimony, I would say she didn't in any way represent law at all. Her diction was, her English, everything was wrong. I think that was the reason why the pastor would ask, please, what program did you finish? If it is law, or it will be LLB, if it is medicine, and the rest of it. But she didn't even know what she studied in the first place. And our problem is Nigeria, yes. When you see open university, I'm not sure people really go for classes there. I don't know how it works. Maybe she did distance learning, maybe, I don't know. Because university, I remember when I studied back then in Abuja, I had a friend that he expressed himself very well, but he cannot write. And he graduated. And then there are people too that would not be able to speak good English, and they will still graduate. That's the Nigerian system for you. But not knowing what you went to school to study, and will bring that kind of doubt in anybody's mind. And which was the reason why the pastor will react that way. His reaction, yes, was wrong. The way he reacted was wrong. He went extreme. And it might affect that lady's mental health. It might affect her in one way or the other. But she needs to do better. She really needs to do better next time. Yes, that excites me. I graduated. You are graduating in a field you cannot even defend. In a field you have no idea about. In a field you can't even talk about. Any lawyer must be proud to be able to stand anywhere and defend his or herself or what he went to school to study.
Daddy, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
So when I listened to that testimony, I doubted it too.
Yes?
Please listen to me, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, please, are you in Abuja here? Please help me with accommodation. Please,
I'm not in Abuja, and we're having a conversation here. Please, my darling sister, okay? I don't like people that we cannot verify. If you come on my live and start asking for things I cannot verify, I don't know whether you've gone to other people's lives before to do this exact same thing.
No, sir, listen to me.
I'm sorry. Please. If you send me a DM, I can put the Free Nation verification team on you, and we'll see if truly, because people will come. I saw one guy came one day, how did the fees have not eaten, and now I send that money. He no reach 1 hour, I see him for another person live. I've not eaten, but I just gave you food now.
Maybe the person need more food.
So we're having a conversation here. If you need anything else, send me a message directly, please. I need people who can contribute meaningfully to the conversation.
I think that lady needs to be checked on.
Okay.
That lady needs to be checked on because that kind of crowds can affect her. After that yesterday, I don't know if she would ever have a sound sleep. And probably people that knows her, her family members and all those things. That's the only way I felt the pastor did wrong. His approach to that girl was a bit too harsh. And I don't believe people would need to, as a lawyer, stage fright shouldn't be your problem. Because you went to moot courts when you were as a law student, you will have practice. You had practices one way or the other. You went to moot court to represent. When I was a law student, I went to moot courts. I went for different cases we had. Different panelists. Everything is just to build you up. So I'm not sure that she graduated as a law student and she didn't pass through any of those areas as a law student. You understand? So I don't know how school, but obviously in Nigeria, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Because I saw the picture of that girl that she actually graduated. I look at the list of students that graduated, her name was there. And then, and it shows that she actually graduated. But can you defend? I read a book some time ago. They said my successful failure. He said you successfully graduated, but you were a failure in that field. You cannot defend it. Then why did you spend years? For the sanity of the church and the pastor, it was right for him to actually come out. Because sometimes people act based on experience. That means you know that if you've ever passed through a situation before, you wouldn't want that kind of situation to happen again. So you will make sure you attack it from the beginning. So I believe the pastor too has had different experience. And for a big church like that, I can imagine the kind of experiences, what he's experiencing every day is, from members, from people, from the society, everybody is looking at him. And truly, just like you said, if he did not come out to react, people will still bash him. So, this different situation requires different measures. So, I would not disagree or would not condemn him for coming out, but just the way he presented it was a bit wrong. Because from the beginning, he said this testimony is a lie. He said this testimony is a lie. Before he even said anything, after asking the lady, what program did you finish? And then is it this and that? And then the lady did not answer. The first thing he said, this testimony is a lie. And when I now went through, I saw the lady actually graduated. I said, I can imagine how the lady felt, probably how she's feeling up to now.
All right, Jigga.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, good afternoon. So my contribution is it's a bit on both sides, to be honest. When I was listening to that video yesterday, I wasn't even watching what was there, so I didn't know what the caption was. I was just listening to it. And as soon as she said, obviously, when someone starts talking, you kind of just listen to what they're saying. And then she said, I graduated in law.